Welcome back to the Rice and Slice Golf Show podcast. My name is Theo, gentlemen, with a glass of wine. That is Chenji Meng. Welcome back, guys. Episode 60. We've missed you. We have had a couple of weeks off, guys. Hey, Chenji, just say hello. Just
hello. Speak English,
dude.
Yes, it's back.
Dude,
Sorry.
Wait, hold on. Speak. Just say hello. One sec. Don't. Just say hi. Just.
Hello. Hi.
Okay.
My name is Chenji.
Okay. So you know,
It's
every time you move close to the microphone, does that mean that you're out of frame in the video? Because that might be a problem, Chenji.
Is this how rusty we are? Just kidding. I'm going to hold this now.
Okay.
There we go.
I just don't want you to be like, every time you're talking, you're literally out of frame. That's literally the opposite of what we want, dude. How's it going? Welcome back to the Rice and Slice, guys. We're a little bit rusty. We've had a couple of weeks off. Chenji's been away. I've been away.
It's only been 2 weeks, man. It's only been 2 weeks.
We've picked the worst 2 weeks of golf to have a 2 weeks off. The things that have kicked off in the past 2 weeks, and you sip your wine, Chenji. We have so much to catch up on, so much to unpack. It's crazy. There's enough things that happened in the past 2 weeks that we can fill up like a 3-hour episode. It's been mad.
Well, that's it though. Like, come on, we got to save episode 60 for something special though.
Yeah, okay. That is the worst excuse I've ever heard in my life, Chenji. It's mad, right? Because now the stuff we're going to talk about is pretty much old news, but we're going to give our perspective from like nobody golfers, just your average golf consumer, shall we say. We're nobody in the golf space, and I feel like the stuff we're going to talk about today, there's some stuff that I probably expected to talk about. There's some stuff that's not expected to talk about. Some silly purchases of the week, some news, there's a bunch of stuff to get over. First thing, before we get anywhere, I want to apologize for the last episode because the audio was absolutely terrible because one of us, not pointing any fingers, I don't know if you're this way or this way, but I'm pointing at Chenji if you're watching. He forgot he forgot to plug his microphone in, and the audio, I don't know if you know this, Chenji, your audio was coming through from your phone. So you're using your phone microphone, not your actual microphone. The worst thing is that you took that massive microphone that you're holding, you took it on holiday with you, and it was absolutely useless because you forgot to plug it in.
Mate, like literally I was away for 2 weeks. I paid extra for the bags to be carried just because I bought these like bloody headphones.
Yeah.
There's like microphone which was super, super heavy.
Yep.
And guess what? The one bloody episode that we record, forget to plug it in. No, I swear I've plugged it in because remember when I did the voiceover, I used this to do the voiceover video and it's worked perfectly. And I can hear myself, right? I don't know what's happened back then. Anyway, there's a first time for everything. There's a 60th time for everything.
I just hope everything sounds good today. That's what I'm hoping for. Because it's normally when we have like a couple of weeks off, something goes wrong. Like one of us, like we forget to press record, or I don't know, the camera's off, or just something goes off. So I'm hoping everything is going well because we have a lot to talk about. I don't know where do you want to start, Chenji?
I mean, let's start with some personal stuff, I guess. Have you played any golf? How is life?
Okay, we can do that. I played golf. Last time I played golf was 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago to the day, I played golf. I shot 80. Best round I've ever had in my life.
You're joking.
I could have
apart from the fact that you broke 70 in 60, shot 63.
What was it? 69? I don't even remember. I think I shot, but that doesn't count because it was a par 62 course. It was like a very short par 3, par 4 kind of ish course, so that doesn't count. But yeah, I shot 80 2 weeks ago at Kibworth. I could have obviously, that's every golfer's kind of thing. Like, it could have been better. It could have definitely been better. But I'm so happy, dude. I would not take that 80 for granted because it wasn't like a perfect round. My driving was very good. There was a couple of times where I hit a terrible drive, but I recovered really well. So it wasn't like a perfect round where everything was working. I putted my putting. Since we're going to get into this, I don't know what's been happening. don't want to jinx myself. I don't even know. I don't even want to say anything. I don't know if I should say this. I don't want
Anything
to jinx
after the moment you say but,
Chenji.
go
My
for it.
putting, Chenji, is on absolute fire. Absolute fire. I don't know what switched in my brain, Chenji. I can stand behind the ball and I can read the putt and I know where the ball is going. Now, you like, to people that listening, they're like, yeah, what's wrong with you? Obviously, like, you can do that. No, guys. Chenji knows. Chenji has played with me hundreds of times. How bad was my putting or is my putting, right? Something has clicked. I don't know what it is. I don't know if my eyes have adjusted to greens or if it's just because I'm practicing. I don't know what it is, but it's something has clicked where I can stand behind the ball and I can kneel down and I can read the putt. Not perfectly, but I'm making some decent putts, dude. Like putts that I shouldn't be making. Putts that I would normally 3-putt. It's a tap-in par or like or it's going in. It's madness, Chenji. Absolutely crazy. And if I'm not sure, I'm doing my aim point. Perfect. Everybody's happy. But, mate, I don't know, man. Next year, Chenji, technically, I am officially a single-digit handicapper.
No way.
No. You can't see. You can't see. I'm saying technically. I said it 100 times. You can't see it on my England Golf. Because it's winter, you can't put rounds in.
Of course you can. Why can't you? Because you can't finish the 18 holes.
No, because if the golf course is less than 100, if it's 100 yards or less, then it doesn't count as an official round.
Were you joking? I did not know that.
Yeah, so all of every Saturday that I play in my club competitions, obviously the round counts for the competition that I'm playing for my club, but it doesn't go towards my handicap. So for the past 6 rounds, I haven't shot over 84.
Wow.
Yes. I'm so excited for next year. I had a lesson today. Everything is going well. Touch wood. Jesus Christ, help me.
Oh my God.
If I'm putting scorecards in, let's say March of next year, by April or like beginning of May, it will all like account itself, like the handicap should kind of fix itself. And I don't want to speak too soon, but I am speaking too soon. I should be a single digit handicapper. I should be. If this carries on, I'm having a great run of golf.
Bro.
So I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. You know what started all of this?
The podcast.
Making a birdie on live on Rick Shields.
No, well, that's not true. That's definitely not true.
That is not true. That's not true.
That video now would have been a 2-minute video. If we went to do it again.
Bro, video, how many birdies did you shoot at Kipworth?
4.
You're joking, mate. We'd barely have 1 birdie amongst the 2 of us.
I know, Chenji. I had like 3 or 4 birdies, a bunch of pars, and then a couple of like a bogey. I had like 1-6 or 1-7. I think I had a 7 on a par 4, dude. And I still shot
Theo,
80.
let me ask you this question: how does it feel to be so much better than this?
I still don't feel like I'm better than you, Chenji. I swear to God, I'm not
No,
even.
but like,
saying
how does it feel like to be better than like most of us?
I don't know, man. I don't feel any different because realistically, nobody cares what you shoot apart from yourself.
Yeah.
Right. So
well,
obviously I'll be very happy for you if you broke 80. I'll be over the moon. But it makes no difference to me. Same with you, right? Obviously you're like, oh, wicked, mate. Like, well done, good for you. But
exactly, super happy for you.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it makes no difference to you. Like, obviously you want to get better at your golf as well, right? Mm-hmm, so for me, I'm not I don't want to be that kind of guy where it's like, oh yeah, I'm so much better than everyone. Because I'm not. I could easily have a 90, like I could easily shoot mid 90s. Just as easy I can shoot mid 80s. It's just that I don't know what it is this past few weeks. And I'm not playing the same course. We're playing, you know what I'm like. We play different courses every time. Yeah. And it's been really good. And not really good to the point where every shot is perfect. Because most shots are not perfect. But I'm recovering well. And I'm making the right decisions. That's what I'm most proud of. the fact that my golf IQ and golf knowledge is gone to the next level, where I feel confident in my decision making that I'm making around the golf course. That's what's hyping me up the most, I think.
So it looks like the putting lesson from Mark Bentley back in May and the course management lesson from Dane Duffin back in May has finally had its delayed start.
I know.
Off
I agree with you. And the best and worst thing is, if I went and had another putting lesson now and another course and a couple more course management lessons, it could only get better. So I don't know, man. It's good. I'm very happy for next year. I'm very happy for my golf right now. I'm genuinely looking forward to golf next year. We booked our first golf trip for next year. We're going, I think, February the 9th. We're going to Portugal. Villa Moura, I want to say. We're playing like the 3 nicest courses there. I can't wait for that. Chenji,
brilliant.
Open invitation. But I know what you like. Last minute.
Yep. Literally last minute. No, because to be fair, like I don't even. This will literally have to be like an event, right? Because I don't know if I can have my visa on time.
Yeah. For somebody that has a work visa and is a Chinese citizen, you travel more than the average traveler, shall we say, dude? You just came back from a 2-week holiday, working holiday, and then if things go to plan, you're going again away next week, mate. Can you, is there a way of you adding up the miles that you've done this year?
I mean, this year was rookie numbers. I probably only did 40, 50,000 miles. But
really?
Yeah. But dude, I used to years ago when I used to kind of do a bit of work while traveling and working, I was easily doing 120,000 miles a year.
No way, dude. I did not know that.
Yeah.
So this is like a quiet year for you then?
Oh, very quiet, yeah. I mean, especially they're all short. They're all short distances, mate. They're all short distances.
I know, but it's like every time, Stel. Whenever I see Stel, he's like, "Oh, how's Chenji?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, he's in Mallorca. He's in Spain. He's in Portugal. He's in Serbia. He's in France." And he's like, "Dude, how?" And I'm like, "I genuinely don't know. I don't know." Single man, man. That's the secret. Bachelor, mid-20s, or is it mid-20s? Late 20s,
mate. I'm about to have, dude, I need to set myself a goal because I'm about to be 30, yeah? And if my golf doesn't reach a certain level before 30, I feel like it's only going to go downhill after because, life happens.
You need to find yourself a golf wife / girlfriend, whatever. And then you'll be set for life.
Well, have we talked about this topic? We have, I think. Do you want to find somebody?
Oh, that's true. We have. Let's talk about it again because I think maybe the mentality has changed. It was a while ago because I think we had a debate back then, right? Like, would you want to have, a girlfriend or a wife or a partner or whatsoever, right? Boyfriend, who loves the game of golf just as much as you do, which means that when you play golf, you would play together basically all the time. And, I said at the time that I think that would be there's nothing greater than actually, having somebody like that. But then you were like, Theo, that golf is my safe space. This is my, It's my me time. It's my boys' time. It's for me to go out, talk about not work. I don't want to talk about business. I don't want to talk about anything. I want to maybe slag off the missus a little bit I mean that in a nice way.
Well, I mean, Theo, let's be very honest with you, right? And this is not because I love Christiana, your wife. I've never heard you say anything about your wife.
That's true. You know what? Honestly, I've never said a bad word.
You're saying this, but this is absolutely untrue. You have never talked a single bad thing about your wife while we play golf.
Do you want to know? Okay, here's a little off topic. Do you want to know how great my wife is?
Go on.
I got an early Christmas present.
No way.
By early Christmas present, I mean, it was wrapped under the Christmas tree. And I was like, please let me, like a child, I was like, please let me open one. Please. And she was like, no, it's not Christmas. I'm like, please, can I open that one? Even though I knew what it was. You know what she got me, dude?
Is it like a thing or is it like an experience?
Oh, it's a thing.
It's a thing. Tiger. Is it tiger related?
No, it's a thing that is also I don't know. It's an experience in itself. I don't know if
what is it? Make that make sense. Like, how can a thing be an experience?
She got me I don't know how much you know about Scotty Cameron's Chenji.
Go on.
She got me a custom-made Scotty Cameron made by Chris Finch. Now, I don't know if you know who Chris Finch is. He's one of the best custom Scotty Cameron putter custom makers ever out there. The guy's an absolute wizard. She went on eBay and found this item.
Oh
right?
my God.
So obviously, we weren't supposed to talk about this right now, but so this is this is a head cover. Can you see this?
Yes.
Pure leather. It says Finch from Chris Finch, right? Scotty Cameron, everything, right? You take it out. Classic Santa Fe Scotty Cameron putter.
Wait, a new putter?
Yes.
No way.
This is
That's
what I got
amazing.
for Christmas, dude. What is
Dude.
life? And then
What is
I
life?
have the audacity to even lie and say that I would slag my wife at the golf course, which I've never done. This is one of the, and I'm like, no, like I don't need anything. And yeah, she went out and got me this, dude. This is like a work of art, dude. It's so nice. Like I would never ever hit this, and I'm completely fine with it. It's so nice, dude. I'm very happy. Speaking of Chris Finch, I've been in touch with the guy, and I've invited him on the podcast.
Yeah, and what do you say?
I'm hoping he's a busy man, busy guy. I'm hoping to God that he agrees. He says to me, "Yeah, I'll check out the podcast. Thank you very much for taking an interest in me." And I'm like, dude, like, you know, I'm like, what do you mean? Like, it's for me to sit down with a person like that. That his job is to make custom putters. Do you know what he does? Like, you can take like an old banged up putter. Mate, he'll make it look brand spanking new. The guy's an absolute wizard. He's incredible at what he does.
Dude, that's a piece of art, man.
Oh,
That's
100%.
This is what I love about golf, right?
Yes.
Like, there's so many enthusiasts out there,
Yes.
right? And they're so skilled with their work.
Yes.
Like, and, you know, it's not the glamorous, you know, being, you know, Rory McIlroy going around the world, you know, interviews, this and that, playing golf. But it's all these, you know, people behind the scenes in the golf industry, right? That are so good at what they do,
Yep.
right? And I think that's super cool.
I know, and hopefully,
And that's what we're about. And hopefully, like, you know, we can get like a little interview, just talk about the experience, like, you know, what got them into this journey, how
Yeah.
they first discovered golf.
exactly. I think it'd be really cool, and I would love to go and see like his workshop and see how, mate. Oh, that would be so interesting to me. So hopefully, if you're listening, please come on the podcast, man. I would appreciate it so much. I think you would have such a cool story, and what you probably find boring is probably what we find really, really interesting. So it'd be
100%.
good. You know what we're like as well when it comes to golf. We're like kids in a little candy shop, right?
100%.
Like this is
actually,
exactly it.
I feel like this is what our podcast is actually known about. Sometimes we talk about what we think is boring stuff, or people we assume is boring stuff, but actually people say that's actually
Yeah.
a really cool take.
Yeah.
And that's what we listen to, yeah, right? Which is brilliant.
I know, man. How's it going with you? You okay? No.
I'm okay, but I feel like I don't know if I should say this or not.
Oh my God! Say it.
Okay, it's.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
throw a little Easter egg out there, because again, nothing's guaranteed. But Theo, we are one step closer to potentially playing at Augusta National.
What are you talking about, Chenji? What are you talking? You can't just say that. Out of every single golf course in the world, this is the bottom of the list. I would expect it to come out your mouth. Please elaborate.
Like, I don't want to jinx anything, because again,
Jesus
it's far
Christ.
from 100% because there's certain
Oh my God,
changes.
Chenji, man.
But
Do you know what the worst thing is before you carry on? Whatever comes out your mouth next, I'm not even surprised. You're that guy that's like, oh yeah, I managed to get around at Augusta. I'm not like, who do you know that's a member there? Please.
so I don't know a person who's a member there, but I know somebody working for a company that holds one of the very, very, very few corporate memberships at Augusta National Golf Club, who
Chenji.
can secure tickets and get rounds to play at Augusta National.
Please tell me you have some sort of details. The people want to hear the details, Chenji. Can you speak?
I think the details is too early to say right now, but all I will say is that it's on the horizon. I think this is the first time in my life that I felt like after hearing this, it was like a casual conversation, meeting up with a new friend, right? And also like a wine lover. So, and it was like, I couldn't even say, I don't know what to say, because I was like, how can you react? Like, I'm not going to be just like, oh, I mean, like, can you just bring me on for a round? Like, you know, but at the same time, it's like, hello, like, can you get me on for a round? But yeah, as I said, there's like, you know, certain changes, you know, with him, you know, because he might not be working for the company anymore, like blah, 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 blah. But, you know, but I genuinely think that we are one step closer to playing at Augusta National.
Do you know
Golf
what the
Club,
worst thing
which
is?
begs the question that I've had. If somebody gave me the choice of, would you rather be playing like normal golf for the rest of your life, you know, your golf course doing whatever you do, or would you have like a round at Augusta National and then basically not play for many years? Let's just do that. I mean, I probably wouldn't give up golf for like all of my life just for one round there, but I would give up golf for 5 years if I can play once at Augusta National.
No, mate, I'm sorry. 5 years without golf just to play once at Augusta. I get it. It's Augusta. I get it.
No, because
it's not worth 5 years.
For me, it's worth 5 years.
No, it's definitely worth a lot. A lot. 5 years of no golf, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Let us know in the comments. Like, what would you do? What would you do to play?
What would you give up?
Yes. What would you give up to play a round at Augusta National?
Like, let's take money out of this, right?
Yes.
Not money,
yeah,
right?
Forget
but like,
money.
what would you give up? And I feel like there should be like a clip, and we just like leave
100%.
the comments. Like, what would you give up?
What would you give up to play Augusta National? Please let us know in the comments. It's not money. We don't want to know here. Oh, I would give my right leg. No, like something genuine, shall we say? Like I would give up. I don't know. What would I give to play? I don't know if this is a good one. I would play with like Sports Direct £20 Slazenger clubs and risk playing terrible golf to play. I don't know if that's a good one or not. Top of my head. What else would I give up? What would I give up? My Scotty Cameron collection. I would happily give up that to play at Augusta, 100%. I
mean, I would literally give up. I mean, I think to me
I've got a good one for you.
Right?
I have a good one for
Go
you.
on. Go on.
I have a good one for you. Would you? This is gonna make you sound a lot worse than what it actually is.
Oh no!
Would you
troubling?
Give up drinking alcohol for 2 years to play Augusta National?
100%, without doubt.
Really?
100%.
This makes you sound like an alcoholic, which you're not. But I know
this
you like
does
a
make
drink.
me sound like an alcoholic. But you know, let me just kind of have a drink.
Where Chenji's looking right now is a shelf covered in like alcohol and like top shelf alcohol. Wow, dude, that's very interesting. That's very cool. The fact that you
kind of like, I guess. I know, but like again, I don't want to elaborate too much onto this.
No. I'd rather you don't.
All we do. But I will say, like, just tickling your hopes a little bit, right?
Okay.
You know, just tickling your little hopes.
Okay.
But I will say, like, also, I think a few weeks, was it like a week ago, 2 weeks ago, I discovered this like Instagram or TikTok account of somebody trying to get on Augusta National.
I saw this. Please remind me. What was this? This is
I
like
actually forgot,
one.
but there was a guy. There was
Yes.
like it was like day 1, day 2 videos,
Yes.
right? Which I think is getting a lot of traction these days on social media.
A lot of
right?
traction.
And he was like day 1 of trying to get into day 1 of trying to play at Augusta National Golf Club. Day 2 of trying to play Augusta National Golf Club. It was a Canadian guy.
Yeah.
And I remember the last clip that I saw was him somehow getting in touch with Mike Weir, who won at the Masters, right? But who is not a member. But I guess who gave him actually tickets to go see the practice rounds for the next Masters, right? Where he'll probably get to meet some people.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man.
That's pretty cool.
Very cool.
And what I was seeing is also like, I think the following video that I saw of him, obviously really got my interest, and I looked at the whole account. And then day 9 or day 10, he released a video saying that actually he got offered, like in his DMs, to play as a member's guest at Augusta National. But here's a but.
Okay.
He had to actually pay money for it. And this wasn't like, like a member's guest round, which is like what, even $100, $200. I mean, we would happily pay that, right? This was, if you'd paid me $50,000, I will bring you on as a member's guest to play at Augusta National Golf Club.
Is that allowed?
Dude, that sounds pretty bad, doesn't it?
That I don't think that's allowed.
But if you if you go to his account, actually I can't remember his account anymore, but I'm sure we can look it up. But on day 10, I think he actually makes a video of it saying that he already got an offer to play, but at £50,000. And at that amount, it's like, I feel like this just wouldn't be genuine.
Oh,
like,
I completely agree. And that defeats the purpose of the video, of the whole account.
Well, exactly.
No,
exactly.
that can't be real, dude.
But I know. I read that. I'm like, dude, and kind of like he's got a lot of followers right now.
Yeah.
And Augusta's probably going to find out. And it's like, it's not that hard to kind of like check, kind of do like an internal review of like all the members and what, kind of guests they've been bringing in.
That's true.
But like, I guess if you're a member there, you can make a lot of money. And then you would think that all the members there are like, they're super, 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 super wealthy. And obviously a lot of them are, including Bill Gates, right? But I guess you'd still have some of these legacy golf members who I guess, I know, probably
but
wealthy,
I feel
$50,000 is still
if you think about
money.
it, to become if you mention to Augusta that you want to be a member, you automatically are banned from becoming a member. That's like a thing, that's like a myth, but which I think is true. If you go and say, "Oh, how can I be a member at Augusta?" They'll be like, "Well, you just ruin your chances. Like you have no chance now." I don't think Augusta will allow members to charge guests to play golf at Augusta. I don't think that's allowed. I don't because knowing how strict Augusta is, I don't think it's happening. The funny thing out of all of this,
it was so interesting to read this though.
100%.
Like
but dude,
$50,000.
ask the guy that you know.
And as I have no live, I will obviously I like to scroll through comments, right?
Yeah.
And then there was a guy in the comment section saying that I will hook me up and I will pay your 50,000.
Yeah. I bet there's people out there that would actually pay that
guy
much money.
is willing to spend 100,000, right? So 50,000 to pay that guy and 50,000 for his own tea time to get on to play Augusta. And I guess, if you're like a billionaire,
who
but
cares?
you don't know.
That's peanuts to you.
That's peanuts to me. It's like, that's £100.
Yeah.
Right, to us.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Do you know what? The funny thing is, I could genuinely next year see Chenji go on like a 2-week American holiday, and then he comes back from the holiday and he goes to me, "Dude, I played Augusta," and I'm like, "No, you didn't." And then he's like, "No, I did." And I'm like, "No, you didn't." And then he showed me like little souvenirs that he got from the shop, and I'm like, "Chenji, I don't believe you," and I won't believe you because you cannot use your phone. You cannot take pictures. So it's that thing of you're going and experiencing the greatest golf course on the planet and the most exclusive golf course on the planet, and you cannot take any pictures. So it's almost like a memory that you have to almost keep to yourself because nobody would believe you that you played at Augusta.
But it's such a valuable thing in this like modern day and age, isn't it?
100%.
Like whereas any sort of like cool, famous or whatsoever thing gets documented way over. You go to a concert, right? Everybody has a phone out, right? You go to like a nice scenery, like a nice place. Everybody has their phone out. Augusta National is the one place where it's basically the mecca of golf.
Yes.
Where and not even the mecca because I guess everyone can go to Mecca, but it's like basically the unreachable thing of golf that most people never ever get to actually experience. But once you're actually there and experiencing it, there is no way that you can actually document this. It only lives in your head and whoever you're playing with. I think that's super valuable. And this is the thing, Theo. I would not play there myself. Like, I would call you, right?
I hope you do. But then again, if you couldn't manage that because he's a friend of a friend of a friend, surely you can't pull those strings to be like, "Hey, I want to play, become a friend that we do a podcast with. Come with me as well."
Look, but I think they would probably. I mean, unless they say no, which I'd be like, obviously, sorry, mate, I love you, but if somebody offers me the chance to play Augusta, I mean, like, but 100%. But I think this actually makes us inseparable because we actually have that podcast connection, right? Not because you're just a friend,
yes,
right? Like, we do this, like, this is our golf thing, and I already get comments all the time from people that our podcast is super cool.
Yeah.
So like, this would literally give us, as a group,
yes,
a much better chance, even if it's like a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, to actually group us together and then go play at Augusta National Golf Course.
I agree. What would annoy me though is if I would completely understand if you can't get me on. What would annoy me is if instead of inviting me, you invited a different friend. Deep down, that would hurt me, but I understand.
100%.
But okay, a little segue. Speaking of playing in incredible golf courses. I have signed us up to do and to have an experience that not even Tiger Woods has experienced. Your name is down. I've filled out the forms today. I have signed us up to play the old course in reverse.
Yes. Oh, no way. You're joking.
Yes, I did that this morning. So this morning...
Bro, this episode was full of like like we thought we'd be talking this whole episode about like the latest, all the big news that's been happening.
We've been doing this podcast for half an hour. We haven't even touched the surface of the bullet points like that.
And we've just been like kind of surprising each other with things that were like...
This is what happens when we don't do a podcast for 2 weeks. So basically, for whoever doesn't know, the old course at St Andrews is played. The 18 holes that you play at the old course, that is not the traditional way that old Tom Morris has designed the golf course to be played. There's a reverse order basically where you play almost backwards, where you play from the first tee to the 18th green, and then the second tee to the 17th green or the 16th. It's a different layout basically. This happens once a year, and it happens on a Sunday where every Sunday at St Andrews every golf course is closed. Now, this is the first time that I'm hearing that you can actually sign up to be in with a chance of being a part of this incredible experience, right? I didn't know you could. I thought it was like invite only. And, you know, it is what it is. Tiger Woods, he said, if there's videos out there where Tiger Woods gets asked, what is the one thing that you want to achieve in golf? And the one thing that he always says is playing the old course in reverse. Even he hasn't managed to do this. Why? I don't know. But I saw on the old course Instagram account that you can sign up, like enter the ballot basically, to hopefully get picked to play the old course in reverse. The opening days is today and tomorrow. So by the time this podcast comes out, it's too late. Sorry, guys, you can't apply. And to be honest with you, selfishly, I wouldn't want more people to apply. So I wouldn't advertise this. I want to be able to experience it with my friends. So I've signed 4 of us up, me, you, Jack and Stel. I had to fill out all the like forms and your handicap and like where you play and blah, 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 and all of the details. And the package is not only you play the old course in reverse, I think it's like a weekend thing. So it's on Saturday, you play the old course normal. On Sunday, you play the old course in reverse. And I think on Monday, you play the castle course. The price is not actually that bad. I think it's like £570. And in that £570, you play 3 rounds at St Andrews and you get drinks and food included. And I'm like, that's an absolute bargain. So I don't know. Again, dude, little tickle. Just like you're giving me a little tickle, I'm also giving you a little tickle.
Oh my God,
it's not as exciting as obviously Augusta, but playing the old course in reverse, dude, that is a once in a lifetime opportunity. It's incredible.
Mate, in a way, that's like even more rare because like, when are you going to do that, right? So.
Yeah, that's incredible. I didn't even know that they do. I don't even know if it's the first time that
I've got like goosebumps because like of all the tickles.
Yeah,
like,
I've got goosebumps as well. I'm not gonna lie. So it's pretty cool. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not. I'm just letting you know. I've signed this up. I think on the 18th of December the results come out. So not next episode, the episode after. I could tell you if we're in, and it's in March. I think it's either March or April of next year. So we've got loads of time to plan and sort everything out. Dude.
Amazing.
Right, I think that's it, dude. Half an hour of catch up. Thank you guys for listening. Please like. No, I'm joking. There's so much. John Rahm signed for Liv for $600 million.
Bro, I've been thinking about this over the last weekend, right?
I'm a little bit depressed.
To be fair, why are you depressed? I think it makes huge sense for him.
Oh, it makes huge sense for him. It's just...
No, like...
It's just, imagine, like, 600 million, dude. Like, give me a little bit of that, Liv.
No, because, okay, look, it's not even about the money anymore. I mean, of course it's about the money, right?
Mate, it's all about the money.
It is all about the money, but if you think about it, this is like a win-win situation, right? Because he is going to go back and... he's just won the Masters, right?
Yep.
So he's going to play at the Masters forever and ever and ever,
Yep.
right? He gets 5-year exemptions at all the other majors. So, you know, he'll be there for sure for 5 years. And let's be honest, like the majors where it's at, like, you know, would you really want to be watching the Fortinet like championship, right? So he'll for sure be leaving a legacy, like be competing, right, for the majors, every single year for at least the next 5 years. What's going to happen in the next 5 years? I mean, do people already forget that like a couple of months ago, the PGA and Liv did like a whole agreement, right, to say like, we're going to drop our lawsuits, we're going to rekindle our relationship, we're going to find a way to work together and like, do like a joint thing.
Yeah.
Right? Like, actually, from like that kind of perspective, there is no more like, us versus them. They're already like finding a way to kind of like, work together, right? So what really is going to happen, and I'm sure one of the reasons John Rahm signed is like Greg Norman or whatever, like, they said that, we're going to change the format, we're going to start, it's in the pipeline that, all of our live players are going to get the world ranking points, right? And for him, again, it just feels like, it's a no-brainer to take the money, right? Play all the majors, and probably within 2 years, right? The two tours are going to like, not merge into one, but they're going to be like, some kind of relationship going on whereby you can play in like across of each other's events.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
Especially if you're like one of the best players in the world.
Let me ask you this, right? I just thought of this. Live Golf obviously know a lot, and the PGA Tour obviously know a lot more behind the scenes that we do. Like, we know zero. Like, not just us as average, I don't know, golf fans. Like, even PGA professionals that play on the PGA Tour don't know any more details than we do. I'm guessing they might know a little bits and pieces, but I don't think they know as much as we think they know, right?
Yeah.
If Live Golf and it knows that at some point in the next year or 2 years is going to merge with the PGA Tour and they're going to get world ranking points, why are they still throwing so much money at players? They could easily go to players and say, guys, listen, Chenji, listen, I want you to play for me, for the Crushers team, right? I promise you that in the next year or 2 years, you are going to get world ranking points if you play for Liv. I can't give you $600 million, but I can give you $100 million. I can give you $50 million. So the worst thing is you come over to Liv, you get paid $100 million, you play for us for 2 years, and I promise you, it's in the contract that we're working on it in the next year, 18 months, 24 months, you will get world ranking points and you will be able to play and qualify for the Masters. Are you in or are you out? Why are they still chucking so much money at players? I don't think they need to.
It's the same reason why Inter Miami bought Messi, even though he's in the twilight of his career. It's buying a brand value, it's buying validation, it's buying public opinion, it's buying people to watch the game, right?
But I think they can do that with way less money.
Yeah, but again, first of all, money is kind of fake to them because it's backed by bloody oil. They've got unlimited money,
Man,
right?
it's crazy.
And secondly, like, how many things in life can you actually buy? This is one of those things that you can't just kind of like buy. Like, how many years has PGA taken to build up the PGA Tour brand, right?
Yeah.
To build up a roster of, Jack Nicklaus, Arnold Palmer, Bobby Jones, all the old boys. It's taken them literally like over 100 years to get to where they are. If somebody can tell you can reach a certain level and then you can be on level par with like a tour, like a brand that's been established for 100 years for a friendly prize of like $1 billion, and if $1 billion to you means like, oh, just pump some more oil, right? You would 100% do it, wouldn't you?
It's crazy, man. So much money,
like, because that brand building is so hard, right? But if you get all these players that all of a sudden come, they get a chance to build like a 100-year-old brand within like 2 or 3 years.
It's crazy,
right?
Do you know what the worst thing is? By the end of this, when the merger actually goes through, I feel like PGA will be lucky to be a part of Liv, not the other way around. Because at this point, the closer it gets to Liv and PGA merging, I feel like the more players we're going to see going from PGA to Liv. And almost PGA,
100%.
where 2 years ago, PGA were like, oh, we're the big boys. We don't care how much money you're throwing. We're still the top dogs. In 2 years' time, I guarantee you, Liv will have so many more better players in their league than the PGA Tour, where the PGA Tour will be lucky to be a part of Liv, just to have some
100%.
sort of co-op thing going on. some sort of like
100%.
So it's crazy how the tables are going to turn. I feel like the tables are turning, and it's a lot sooner than we think. Have you heard? Tony Finau and Tyrrell Hatton are like the next signings for the Live Golf.
It's no brainer. Look at Tyrrell Hatton, right? Like his closest mates are there already.
Not only that, though, like you said earlier, with Jon Rahm, it makes complete sense. You've won the Masters, you can play in all the majors for the next 4 years, and you're only going to be playing now 18 rounds of golf, or 18 competitions, 14 with Live and 4 majors. So you're only paying 18 events per year instead of, let's say, at least 36, at least 40, right? And less stress on your body, less stress on your family. You're always with your family. You're less time traveling, whatever. It's only pluses for Jon Rahm. But for someone like Tyrrell Hatton or Tony Finau that are trying to get qualified for majors and trying to win the big trophies, like for example, Tony Finau, you know as well as I do, he's one of my favorite players of all time. I love Tony Finau. He's not won a major. So, yes, the incentive of money is great. He's got like 9 kids, if I'm not mistaken, or like 8 kids.
Well, exactly. They're not going to feed themselves, are they?
They actually travel with him on every single week. I follow his wife on TikTok. It's amazing. Greatest TikTok account. The behind the scenes that I get to see, it's amazing. I love her. What do you call it? I love her TikTok account. But yeah, But then again, if you sign for Live, yes, you're going to get a nice big fat check. But what's the guarantee that you're going to be able to qualify for majors? Tyrrell Hatton is going to struggle. So unless there's like a plan in place where you're guaranteed to get points or whatever, I don't know, man.
You know what I think is going to happen next, right? Because you know what Jon Rahm said, like, what's his biggest sort of decision in terms of like, not taking the deal, and without hesitation he said the Ryder Cup. So you know what's going to happen? Liv is going to like try to poach a lot of the rosters, especially the current this year's Ryder Cup roster, to really tempt them to join into Live. Because what's going to happen if 2020 when's the next one, 2025 arrives, right? And you've got Jon Rahm, like this year was like, everybody there, right?
Yeah.
You've got Jon Rahm, who's now like away. Rory will not obviously join.
Yeah.
Like most likely he will not join, right? But you've got people like Bobby McIntyre, he'll probably be made an offer already, right?
Oh, mate, they've all been made offers.
Tyrrell, yeah, for sure. But Tyrrell Hatton, if he joins, like that's going to be pretty big, right? Matt Fitzpatrick, not sure, but I can definitely see him joining Live.
Again, Matt Fitzpatrick, he won the US Open, didn't he? So he still has 3 years left to play every major.
Yeah, exactly. And I think he can play 10 years US Open, I think, or something like that. And look, Ludwig Åberg, I think he's a super interesting case. He's won on the PGA Tour, okay? He's won on the DP World Tour. He's a proven tour winner.
Let me tell you something.
But he's young. So,
Exactly.
I think he's a super fascinating case.
I was about to say exactly the same thing. I wouldn't be surprised. You know how Michael
It's
Jordan,
like a game of chess.
Right, listen to this.
Because
yes, you've said it perfectly. So you know how when Nike first started, the first like massive player that they signed up was Michael Jordan. Nike was nothing back in the 80s or whenever it was. Michael Jordan was the new fresh kid out the block, new young rookie superstar that had a massive future ahead of him. Nike was like a running shoe, not even a basketball shoe, and they put everything towards Michael Jordan. Sorry. Michael Jordan didn't even want to go to the interview with Nike. He wanted to sign with like, I think it was Adidas or Reebok or somebody. His mum said, out of respect for these people, because they've made you an offer, just go and see them and say no thank you. They ended up obviously signing Michael Jordan, and the rest is absolute history. Michael Jordan, you can't think of Nike without Michael Jordan. You can't think of Michael Jordan without Nike. Nike took a massive gamble on Michael Jordan. Obviously, it's paid off, right? One of the biggest companies in the world. If Liv decide to make that same approach with Ludwig Åberg, which we all think that he's the next golf superstar, I think they would. Oh my God! I think the deal for Ludwig might be bigger than Jon Rahm's.
interesting.
Super
interesting.
I don't know, man. Because
I think if at this point in time, I don't even think they've made him an offer yet, because they know he's young. He wants to prove himself on the PGA Tour, the established
why?
giant.
Okay, let's
right?
stop.
Now,
Why do you want to prove yourself to the PGA Tour?
Doesn't matter. Like, I think it's in your head, because you can't just like, it's in his head that, okay, I'm gonna like play good golf, right? And then I'm gonna go into like an American university, right? Who's gonna sign me up, and then I'm gonna win tournaments in there, and then I'm gonna like go to the PGA tour, and then I'm gonna win like the majors, and I'm gonna win like all the because he hasn't won a major yet, right? So he wants to go through that process, like, in my opinion. Whereas if he went now to live, in his head is like, I've already made a bunch of money, right? Probably hire a good financial advisor who can keep it safe. So like, all I'm focused on is trying to win majors. But if all of a sudden you're telling me right now that I can't play in the majors for like a couple of years, potentially at least, I'll be like, actually, that money is not that important to me. I'd rather do this. And I know that you're probably going to make me an offer again in the next couple of years, right? If I play really, really well.
That's interesting.
What's going to happen is they've now signed like a big guy like John Rahm, right? And they basically destroyed the DP World Tour. You can see like in the beginning of the 2024 season for DP World Tour, there's been 5 events now. 4 of them have been won by current LIV Tour members.
Yeah.
Okay. Burmester, Joaquin Niemann, right? Burmester was won twice, and then Joaquin Niemann, and then just now last weekend, actually today, by Louis Oosthuizen. Yeah. And they basically destroyed DP World Tour, right? They're poaching the biggest names in PGA Tour, right? If they poach Till Hatton on the older, like the Ryder Cup guys, right? And then they're going to basically force the Ryder Cup to accept the fact that they're going to have to take LIV players. And at that point, if they make an offer to Ludwig Åberg, there's no they can basically come out, go into the room with the dicks out, right?
Yeah.
And say like, we can pretty much promise you that you're going to be playing in the Ryder Cup, you're going to be playing in the majors, right? Because we're essentially going to swallow the PGA Tour.
What you're saying makes complete sense.
Like from that kind of perspective, yeah. But obviously, you can't just defeat the PGA Tour, like that. But But once you have everything to offer, not just the money, but everything else as well, you can't say no. That's an offer you can't say no to.
It's so interesting, man. I can't wait. Do you know what it is, right? Do you know what I'm happy with? The fact that we started this podcast a year and a half ago, and golf is going to take off, dude. Golf is going to be such a huge topic in everybody's household, not just us as golfers. I feel like golf is going to not take over, obviously. It's not going to take over any like football or, all of these massive sports. But I feel like there's so much about to kick off that we're going to have an endless amount of content to talk about. It's just so easy for us to kind of talk about all this stuff because there's so much going on. It's not boring anymore. It's crazy.
No, because there's hype about it, right? There's cool
hype.
people associated with it. There's cool brands associated with it, right? 10 years ago, TaylorMade, Callaway, Ping, they made boring clubs. They made boring marketing to your average, boring, rich, white dude, right?
Yeah.
But now you've got TaylorMade and Callaway sponsoring Good and all the, all the influencers.
Yeah, it's
right?
crazy.
You've got Rick Shields being represented by brands.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's mad how much money they're throwing. And I feel like they should probably throw more money at influencers than actual professional golfers. Because I feel like...
That's exactly what Callaway's doing.
Yeah.
It's a big brand, and that's why they're so big in the US for young people.
Yeah. Speaking of Callaway, I heard, this is a rumor, that apparently part of John Rahm's deal was that Callaway owns a piece of John Rahm's team that he's going to create for Live Golf. And apparently, because I didn't know this, Callaway owns Travis Matthews, the apparel brand.
They do.
I did not know that. Keep in mind, Callaway. I did not know this. I wish I had it in front of me. Callaway own 7-8 different brands,
Top Golf,
Travis Matthews.
Odyssey,
obviously, Callaway.
Callaway.
There's loads. There's at least another 4 or 5 more.
There's a shoe brand they definitely own.
I'm not sure, but the point is basically what the plan is that Callaway is going to own a piece of John Rahm's team on Live, and what's going to happen is they will try and push Travis Matthews' clothing into Live so that they can finally have proper sponsors and not just Majestics,
I will say, bro, I invested in Callaway. I bought Callaway stock like I don't know, half a year ago, maybe like a year ago,
So you're
and they
down.
lost me so much bloody
Dude,
money.
you're down 40%.
Mate, I'm down 40%. I lost. I mean, to be fair, it's a decent amount of money, but I
Dude, I
lost over
promise you,
£1,000
this time next
because of my
year-
passion. Every time I put money into the stock market because of my passion,
Yeah.
I lose money.
I think
I lose money.
Mate, honestly, I would in a year's time or 2 years' time, I feel like Callaway's going to go right back up. Speaking of golf brands,
That's what I thought when they bought Top Golf, and then all that happened after they bought Top Golf was like went all the way down.
I know, man. Speaking of golf brands, Kirkland have released their own irons,
I saw that.
and I don't want to be snobby. Apart from the Kirkland signature logo, which looks horrible, the actual club itself looks half decent. It's like a cross
You know what you
between...
can do? You can just spray paint it like black, make it into all black, and it looks super sick.
Yeah. It looks like a cross between the P790 and the T200s.
It looks like the 2019 version of the P790.
Yeah. They actually look decent, and apparently they're pretty decent. They're very affordable. Where is it? In November 2023, a brand new Kirkland signature driver appeared on the USGA's list, conforming driver heads, and prior to that, a set of irons also appeared on that list. So basically, if you want to release products like a golf equipment, got a balls, and what do you call it, like irons and drivers and wedges and all that stuff, you have to. I don't want to say this wrong, but you have to put it through to a USGA list. So that the USGA can inspect it to make sure that it's legal and that's right? That it's legal.
It's approved for tournament use,
yeah,
right?
to prove for tournament use and for us to kind of play.
Because
to
the
use
club
for it.
heads can't be a certain size.
Yes.
You can't, your shaft's length can't
Yes.
be a certain length.
Yes.
All that kind of stuff, right?
So once it's on that list, it's like official that you're working on something. For example, Good were working on making their own ball. And it was like this. This was way before Callaway and the Good boys like splitting up, and some went to TaylorMade and some went to Callaway. Way before that, they were working for years on developing their own ball so they can sell. Which I think for them, it's a no-brainer, dude. Like they have the biggest golf brand in the world
like
right now.
young people golf, basically.
The amount of people that they've attracted to golf is unbelievable. They're massive, right? And then they get signed to Callaway, and then I think what they did, they scrapped the own ball kind of thing. And then obviously they made a ball with Callaway. But the way we found out about this is through this USGA list. So there's a lot of things kicking off, man. But it's pretty cool. There's a lot going on.
Bro, one thing we have to mention, because we kind of mentioned it like a few episodes ago, which was kind of a secret at the time, but we haven't said it now. It's mate,
Chenji.
dude.
Chenji. Okay, Easter egg. If you listen to the last episode until right at the end, I said that Live Golf might be coming to a golf course near you. The original video, Chenji, I didn't tell you this. No, it wasn't the last episode. No, I think it was the last episode.
No, it was the last episode
was.
because I was shattered because you said we were going to publish it.
Yeah.
Right, because my audio was so bad.
Yes.
But that's the episode we mentioned this Easter egg, the fact that we couldn't say it, but we knew ahead of time something was going to happen, and we said something was going to happen.
Yeah.
And then literally 2 days afterwards, the news got released.
So
that was
when
gonna happen.
I was editing the podcast, I cut that bit out where I said Liv might be coming to a golf course near you, because I didn't want to get anybody in trouble. And then I released the video on YouTube on the Wednesday, and obviously the audio version. But then what happened was there was a problem with the actual video clip, and I had to take it out and then re-upload it. By the time I took it off and re-uploaded it, the news broke out. So I went back into Adobe and I edited it and I left that bit in. So I put it back in. And the news was that JCB will be hosting Live Golf next year, which is unbelievable. We've known not a while, probably sooner than way before it came out in news. I don't want to say where we've found out from. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. Shout out to you if you're listening. I know you're listening. I don't want to say anything more, but but yeah, we've known. We couldn't obviously say anything, but I was so excited. The first thing I did, I went and told my wife. I was like, "Listen, just so you know, end of July next year. I don't care what's happening. I will be at JCB for the entire week." She was like, "Why?" Because Live Golf is going to JCB. She's like, "Who? who's Live Golf? And I'm like, okay, don't worry about it.
Who's this? Who's Liv?
Who's Liv? Who's this Liv person you're talking about? So yeah, I've already signed the papers for me to be a greenkeeper for next year, dude.
You're joking,
I swear to God. 2 days after the announcement, I messaged Callum saying, dude, Callum is the head greenkeeper at JCB. And I said, dude, congratulations. I'm so happy for you guys. Can't wait to come back next year. He was like, yeah, great. It's great news, whatever. I'm guessing he's like stressing the hell out right now, as is everyone at JCB.
For sure.
And about 2 days later, I get an email from a person that works at JCB saying, hey, just wondering if you're still interested doing it. Yeah, so I got the Google Forms. I signed all of them out. I put every single day down, and I will be there from, even if it's 2 weeks, I don't care. I will be there for as long as I can, helping out on the golf course that Bryson DeChambeau, John Rahm, Phil Mickelson, Brooks Koepka, like Dustin Johnson, Cam Smith. Dude, I got goosebumps. I can't believe that.
Dude, that's gonna be
these
sick.
players.
Dude, we need to do something like, you need to take like 2 days off or something. We need to hopefully like, just ask JCB nicely to see if we can be the local podcast to be like the media or something. Because we're local.
I want to say there's no chance.
Name another podcast within like 20, 30 miles of JCB about golf.
I feel like the what do you call it? The priority will be Rick Shields.
Well, yes, of course, Rick Shields is going to be there.
But
right?
I feel like we should.
But they're going to have more people like media. We should just do it.
I will ask. I will put that forward. I don't think it's going to happen, Chenji. I feel like the last thing they want is two crazy, passionate golfers running around Live. Hey, Bryson, good morning, mate. All that stuff.
Dude, I think at this point, if you watch all of our videos and everything, you can see like, this is not just like, a bunch of unprofessionals, right?
Yes.
Obviously, we are amateur golfers.
Yes.
But in terms of like quality and everything.
Oh, big time, dude.
The production, I mean, look at Theo. Like, he's editing it like an absolute pro, right?
I'm trying.
He could easily do this as a full-time job.
I'll tell you this. JCB, I know some of you are listening because I know for a fact you're listening. This is my offer. I will be there for the whole week for free, as I have been for the past 2-3 years, helping out as a greenkeeper. I don't want to talk bad about your social media team, but it could be a little bit better. I would happily be there as a greenkeeper volunteer, and when I finish all my greenkeeping duties, I will do everything that needs to be done social media wise to post on your social media. Now, I understand that Liv might take over your account. That's completely fine. I will do whatever it takes to be part of your team for that week that you'll be hosting Liv. In return, I want access all areas and maybe a cheeky round of golf for me and Chenji. That's all I'm asking. That is so doable, guys. That is nothing to you guys. I promise you, I will deliver a product better than what you have now. I think that's a good deal. Please get in touch.
And
at Rat and Slice,
hopefully
DM us.
Absolutely.
I'm going to make a clip out of this.
What Theo said.
Yeah, what Theo said. I'm going to make a clip out of this and I'm going to tag JCB. Here we go. You heard it here first.
Mate, I mean, the last time you tagged somebody, a magic package arrived in my house.
Dude, I still need to get the package. I'm glad.
Exactly.
I'm glad that the G4 stuff is for like next year. But I need to come over and I don't know when and kind of get it. But oh my God, dude. I can't wait to see it.
Bro.
That is it, dude.
Man.
That is an exactly 1 hour. We've smashed this episode.
Bro, like
this episode.
Episode 60.
I'm going to say this. Episode 60, I feel like this is my favorite episode that we've ever done.
Pretty good. It's
been an hour of non-stop great conversation. I could be
Didn't have to think
wrong.
about anything. We're just talking.
Well,
like,
you didn't think. I was going through off, what do you call it? Lists.
Dude, we've got like the most sort of like polarized personalities in terms of how we approach this podcast. You're like,
I think it's just the way we approach life in general, dude. You turn up 2 minutes before tea time, and I'm there an hour and a half eating a bacon sandwich and smashing balls.
And don't forget 20 minutes in the toilet as well.
Oh, 20 minutes in the toilet as well. Yeah. Right, guys, thank you so much for listening. Please like and subscribe. We've got another, I don't know, are we missing? No, we're doing an episode next week.
Yeah.
So
and
the
then
next
probably
few
like
weeks,
break it off for Christmas.
Yeah, the next few weeks are a bit weird because of Chenji going away again, work and all this like Christmas breaks and all that kind of stuff. All that stuff. So I don't know how consistent we're going to be, but I do have a really, really hot topic that I really want to talk about. But that has to be the last episode of the year, or maybe the first episode of next year, which is how much money did I spend on golf?
Oh my God.
In 2023, I have done the
Oh my
maths.
God.
I have the spreadsheet.
Oh my
I've been
God.
working on this for 1 year. So that is
Dude, well, I need to know this.
yes. So I don't know where Chenji's gone, but I'm hoping. Is your camera still recording?
My camera is.
No. Chenji, please don't do this to me.
I'm sorry, mate.
You're lying.
My camera's didn't record.
Okay, you're lying. Please tell me you're lying, Chenji.
Of course I'm lying.
Thank you, Jesus. Right, guys, thank you very much for listening. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you again this time next week. Take care.
Bam.